listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. On the last episode of 12 Gauge.
As you enter, there's a smaller desk with a younger woman sitting behind it. Danny, pizza's here. Please get the firing pins out of this and prep the OR for surgery. You two, get out of here before it gets messy.
You want me to lock this?
No.
Or, well, I guess I can.
No.
All right, see you, bye.
No.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Do you want us to remember anything? Because we can all agree on something.
Do whatever you think is right, I guess.
Medicinal administrations of methamphetamine. How would they administer it medically? Preparation methods?
You've simply scratched the beginning of Methopedia.
Driver's license for a Harold James Auclair. Military ID. A frequent flyer card for Subway.
If we both go to Subway, we can get a free one.
I'm not going to fucking Subway, dude.
Alrighty. So,
Maybe not on mic.
Definitely not.
let's get a recap of that last session. Let's get it going. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it boop, bop, beep. You guys got on the train ready to leave. Are you guys expecting anything else?
In character? No.
No.
Out of character?
Yeah, ready to
With
go
Joe
home.
is my DM? Yes.
Yeah, no. Heading home. That's it. That's it for...
As my handler?
I'm too tired to double think about it, I think. It's been a long couple days.
To at least get you guys in the right mind frame and give you guys a little bit of props. That is the completion of Operation Cauliflower here.
We're good?
You guys are completed. When we get back, you guys will get to the airport, disembark, do whatever you guys want to do. What did you guys think of the operation?
Yeah, can I, what were, the
So,
hiccups?
I
feel like we sailed through it.
we just completed Operation Cauliflower Ear, written by Joseph Campo for submission in the Delta Green 2024 shotgun scenario contest.
I think that was really good.
I'm in love with this scenario. I think that it's a very good litmus test for the players.
Is the battle between Hunk and is that where you could get killed?
So there are the whole scenario is basically set from beginning to end with a lot of gray areas. It starts off exactly the same as how you guys had it go down. Pick up the bail bonds, pick up the bonds, meet with Hunk, go and meet with Harry. Harry, he's shady. He says, "Oh, I got the guns back in my place. Oh, they're coming tomorrow," etc., etc. Once you guys get to the double wide, I have a lot of things written into the scenario that can change. It's for the handler to decide, because the goal is that the main guts of the scenario is this fight at the end between Hunk, Harry. Whoever one you help, that kind of sets up what the remainder of the scenario looks like.
That's true.
Okay.
So, and when I wrote it, I had different things that the handler can throw in and add and change to maybe change the scenario a little bit.
And I suppose you could botch the initial meeting.
You could.
Which throws a wrench in everything.
Yeah. But for the most part, there's certain things that could be different. So if it's I have a list of what I call the gray areas that you can do where one of them says the other one was, admitted for psych eval, or their genders are swapped and, Hunk is a female and Harry is a guy, or Harry is Harriet and a female and Hunk is a guy, or something like that. There's different things that Hunk can say to add more suspicion to him. But the way that I ran it was probably the most neutral setting possible. Neutral. Where you would have your own suspicions about Harry and your own various suspicions of Hunk. But the way that I had it set up was basically it's these are two ways that a Delta Green operative can end up. Either you are Harry, a burnout who, does everything that the program asks him to, kills people when he's asked to kill people, etc., or Hunk who, obviously, there was some previous thing and he carries a grudge, and he acts out on that grudge. But
and if you set two people on this mission and neither of them had a good driving score, it's a good chance you fucking die.
Yeah, or get in a decent amount of trouble. There's some stuff about getting stranded, etc., etc.
Because I think I program pointed a fucking driving thing or something,
And you would have failed. Yeah.
Yeah, and
but yeah, so
fucking died.
That was my submission for the shotgun scenario contest that they ran.
Is there a way that to get through the mission with both of them alive? Would you allow that?
As a handler, I would, but as the scenario is written, it specifically states one of them will end up dead. One or both of them will end up dead. That's really how it needs to progress.
You just did one.
What did I do?
The things you say all the time.
What was one of them?
Rules as written.
Rules as written.
Rules as written.
So
As written, it's one of them is supposed to end up dead to continue your guys' progression through the scenario. Oh, there were also things like the handler could possibly add some cult iconography to Harry's trailer to make him more suspicious, claw marks, burn marks on the trailer that, kind of give you some questions about that. And the whole thing about the guns. There's like 5 different options for who's dropping off the guns. Mm-hmm. A bald man in a velour jacket isn't even one of them, and that's just how I run it. But there's a scenario, or there's a option in the scenario where you guys do find the guns on the property. There's a scenario where during the struggle, Hunk says, "I saw the guns earlier on the property. This guy's gonna kill us," and then you guys don't find the guns. Hunk was lying, and it's a whole thing from there. But there's a lot of options to it. So part of it is to kind of, like I said, act as this litmus test for your guys' players. Who do you help? Who do you care about? Because the idea is supposed to cross your mind that you need Harry for this gun handoff, but you guys don't.
Right.
I think you did like a good job with the 2 of them, because they show you the 2 ends of the spectrum of what veteran operatives going crazy looks like. Because if you really view it, they're both crazy.
Yeah.
They're both nuts.
Yeah, and that's the heart of the scenario.
Harry's the worst end of the spectrum, where you go nuts and you're like a cultist, almost like a savage.
But that's the thing, is that's your character's interpretation of the worst end of the spectrum, because an argument can be made he's putting other stuff first before the completion of the operation. We're supposed to be doing the operation and saving all these people, and he cares about something that happened all this time ago,
Well, I view him as more of like a Dr. House crazy, where it's like you kind of have to trust him or you won't get through this alive.
Yeah, that's a very good.
What a good analogy.
That is a good analogy.
But the scenario that we're going to be running next, so don't go digging around in those submissions, because the scenario that we're going to be running next is actually my favorite scenario from the submissions of this year.
Jody,
can we read yours?
One of my favorite.
Yeah, I can send it to you guys. I'll send it to you guys.
So good.
Yeah.
That
kind of lays out everything.
Nick's roast beef in Old City. They have it on draft. It is one of my favorite IPAs. It's floral. It's delicious.
So I just made an
Stone Hazy's so good.
I don't know. I'm not.
You
big on
watched
distilleries.
Primeval?
Yeah, American Primeval.
No, they make beers.
There's a great
too.
example of a good crazy character in that.
Yeah.
Southern something. Southern.
Where you just kind of have to.
What the fuck?
Because a lot of it is pulled from like grief.
Hold on.
Just in general, things that drive people crazy.
I did enjoy the Harry Hunk situation. I would have loved for Johnny would have been the voice of, let's keep them both alive. Because Johnny's always been I feel like throughout the scenarios, Johnny's always been like,
Southern Tier.
let's learn more.
Or Southern Tier and Victory are owned by the same company now.
I think that opera was a great show of why there's no difficulty rating amongst operas, because like it's kind of like Minesweeper, where you could step on a mine first time.
Yeah.
Or you could get halfway through and then step on a mine.
There's a lot of nuances to all Delta Green operations.
The only way to provide any sort of difficulty rating kind of ruins the opera, because you could say, like, the only thing you could do is like, there's 9 combat situations, or there's 3, but that kind of ruins it. Like,
but I mean, again, that's the thing with every single operation, is you can fuck up one time and die.
Right.
No, I've never had a death in Delta Green be like ceremonious,
right,
or cinematic. It's all anticlimactic. Just okay.
Yeah, there's
Motherfucker,
one. There's
yeah.
one.
The thing is too, and dude, I forgot LFUC was even Delta Green. I never felt like we were playing Delta Green in that.
I got a Django.
I'm straight down to the rebar now, and I got key plump running through
Thank
there.
God, Johnny didn't die.
Which
on
is a
something
compression
with
to
the blood.
decompression.
I was just I was re-listening to like you talking about how like you make all like the most vague LPC comments that like no one else would ever pick up on, and it's like I was.
It's a part of my vernacular now, and I hate it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too.
So weirdly enough, the lead singer of Cattle Decap,
no idea.
Cattle Decapitation. It's a
Nothing.
band. He's a huge fan of LPC, and he's in the LPC documentary, and he does podcasts where he mentions LPC, but I didn't even know that I did it until he mentioned it. So he talks about it in the documentary. I was actually listening to a podcast where he talked about it, but he's like, we didn't do that before we heard LPC. It's like you pick up the phone and it's like, what are you doing? And it's I do that all the time. My mom calls me. Hey babe, what's up? I'm like, what are you doing? And it's just like this stupid it's this stupid fucking response that I have to like everything now. Did you see those 2 records I bought?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't played them. I haven't opened them.
But at no point was I like, oh, Joe wrote this whole thing.
Yeah, no.
I can tell.
There's nothing in it that's like very stereotypical Joe writing.
No.
Dude, have you ever tried to play a D&D pre-write? Like,
I hate them.
oh my god.
Curse of Strahd gives me a fucking headache. I don't even,
the-
I have fucking, it's like Out of the Abyss there. I don't
The
even,
one
I
that
never
you
went on
gave
it.
me, the one with the snowy looking dragon on the front, the beginner's guide.
Yeah, it's a starter set.
Just so I had a set of dice
I
or
got my
whatever.
friend that for Friendsgiving. Not
Oh
Friendsgiving.
my god, it's fucking abysmal trying to
Yeah.
get through it
Yeah.
because it's like, number one, they provide detail in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
Like, what they don't tell you when you try to do something like that is like, parties are unpredictable. And they're like, all right, these 3 things can happen. Well, 4 through 9 happen inevitably. And you're like, this is fucking bullshit because I'm just making it myself anyway. I'd rather make a range of things that are going to happen and not force my party through
Part
some
of that-
dumb shit.
And this is I'm going to drop some real DM advice on you bitch asses. When you read through a pre-written adventure, you need to fully understand it. And I've said it time and time again. When we were going through Ideasthesia, I said, when I read this, the multiple times that I've read it, because I read it front to back and front to back and front to back over and over and over, when you are confident in your complete understanding of what is the world that's being laid out to you, what is the scenario that's being laid out to you, everything else, every optional thing that's not directly written down on that pre-written adventure, choices that the characters can make, are clear to you because you understand who the key NPCs are, what their motivations are, what the guts are of the story, what the timeline is, and stuff like that. So you're able to make those improvisations because you're confident in the setting. Operation
That's
Cauliflower
why
Ear.
I like this more.
I wrote Operation
D&D.
Cauliflower Ear, so I know it,
Yeah.
So I knew who the characters were because I came up with them and all that kind of stuff. But back to my main point that I was saying is like Operation Cauliflower Ear has none of the typical Joe crutches that I use for writing. There is no religious references. There is no references
That's
to
where I
time.
think
There is no references to anything outside of that.
I think the best advice you ever gave me is, and I don't even think you remember this, but I think we were down here probably just one of the nights after work kind of a deal. And I was telling you about the campaign I was running and the struggles I was having with the party. And I said something like, I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to do this, but this is what happened. And you were like, DM discretion. You were like, DM discretion. You were like, if this happens and you don't like it, you were like, it's DM discretion as to how you work it back. And you were like, and the way I work it back might not be the way you work it back, but just know that DM discretion's a thing, and it's kind of just up to you to work it back. And how you work it back might take a whole session, or it might take 2 minutes.
Well, the whole thing is
You were like DM discretion,
there
and that
is-
was it. And it made so much sense. And I was like, because I think I started DMing way sooner than I should have. Like, I hadn't read nearly enough source material.
There's a misconception about running games that you're like, I'm a babysitter and I'm at your guys' disposal. That is not the case.
No.
I run the games. So, yes, you guys didn't find the clue in that cabinet in that house and burnt that house to the ground. Guess what? That clue's going to show up later. I'm going to
Right.
put it in a different cabinet in a
Right.
different room.
Right. And that was kind of like, I think what sparked the conversation was that I was getting so much frustration out of the amount I was writing, the amount that was being overlooked. And you were like, it's DM discretion. You were like, just work it back in. Like, the items they could find in that location, they don't know it was there.
Yeah.
So it can come up later. You were like, but just... The worst thing you can do as a DM, if you guys ever decide to run a session, or is to be too prideful in what you want to present, because eventually it'll organically come up. Like, there's no doubt that it will organically come up in some setting that's fitting. It's just being patient enough to allow it to happen organically.
I will tell you, I'm going to tell everybody at this table one of my biggest secrets. There is a key narrative thing that I have been trying to do in Dungeons and Dragons for 8 years. I came up with it 8 years ago, and I ran one campaign, tried to push it, it didn't come up. I ran another campaign, tried to push it, didn't come up. I ran your guys' campaign for D&D, tried to push it, didn't come up. Now I'm running a fourth campaign.
Is it the graveyard?
No, it's not the graveyard.
Damn it. Is it something in the graveyard?
No, it is nothing about the graveyard. It is a character, one specific fucking NPC that I have been trying so bad to have come up for 8 years, and it's finally almost about to come up in this fucking campaign.
You know what haunts me?
His name is... So, on the outskirts of Chicago, Gallion and Gonzo find themselves leaving a Burger Baron's. With ideas in head of assassination, methamphetamine overdose, and deriding and ridiculing a story about the program, I ask the two of you, what do you guys want to do?
Corner stores have beer, right?
I think so.
You mentioned you mentioned some beer. I agree. I need a 40.
I just need to calm down.
So, going to a nearby corner store, purchasing some beer. What do you guys walk away with, and where are you guys going?
Brown bagged 40 of Budweiser.
Copy.
Brown bag, single serve. Truly.
Come on.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Paying for your alcohol, making your way back onto the streets.
Let's go to the main road. Let's just head off a main street there. You know, hang out like some bums and see if we see the car pull up at this point, because you never know when she might get back to the house. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is his name?
I forget what the guy's name is.
Something with Charles Winston. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. I wanted to say Jameis. I had Charles
When you grow up around bodies of water.
Oh my god.
All right, so off the main road. I mean, we have to pick up at the laundromat in, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, we can enjoy some beers off the main street. I mean, it's fucking Chicago. It's a typical day in Chicago.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
So you guys are just situating yourself up the street from Winston's house?
Yeah, like, I don't want to say off the corner of, like, that block, whatever block he's on. Actually, let me ask the question. Relative to, like, the most main street that we can find, how far off is this guy's house?
2 blocks north.
Off of Main Street? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, we're going off I'm just parking on that block, but closest to the main street, and...
Okay, it's close to that golf course that you guys were at originally. Parking and just kind of getting out, staying in the car. What's the deal?
Hanging out, sitting on the trunk.
Okay. All right. To be clear, his house is not in view.
Nope. Yep, that's fine.
It's currently 10:15.
I just want to make sure she's not rolling around. I mean, she drives...
Red Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
can't be too hard to miss if it drives by.
So we're just kind of sitting on the trunk having our respective drinks.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
I know we didn't get off on the right foot last time, but...
No, I don't. Let's not get it twisted. I have a lot of respect for you. We're not all cut from the same cloth. Things are weird at home, man, and it seems like these things just get messier and messier, and I'm not feeling great. I mean, I know, last time we were around, I know you saw me at the bar. I saw you at the bar.
I came up to you, homie.
I know. But I know you saw me there every night. And I don't want you to think it's anything personal. It's just this isn't me. This isn't who I am. This isn't what I do. What we've been going through is it's having an effect on me, and it's something I've always wanted to be, but maybe not someone I've always wanted to be.
When I first looked down in that well, and I saw that woman.
You talking about the septic tank?
Well, yeah, whatever.
I don't want to talk about that, man.
It changed a little bit.
I don't want to talk about that, man. I'm just it. I don't know what to do, man. I want to get this done. I want to get out of here, but I feel like I'm in this war with myself, this pursuit of knowledge, and I feel like every time I go after it, it leads me down to a place I didn't want to be, but I can't stop myself. Just like now. I don't drink.
I don't smoke.
Cheers. Where do we go from here? What do we do? Way to get in, we gotta get out, I gotta get home.
I think I don't know what your plan is after this. I don't know if
I'm not talking about after, I'm talking about now.
Hey, well, we got to finish the opera. That's main thing.
All right, so we map it out. We get the pickup, we get our stuff, we organize the inventory. I think we got to give it one more day, man. I think we have to see if we can find a key. We find that key, this thing, we might be able to get in, get out before tomorrow afternoon. We got to give it one more day. Got to give it one more day.
Tomorrow morning's what we got to do. As soon as she leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, I parked here for a reason where I'm just looking to see if the car pulls up.
I gotcha. You got the license plate?
BDJ 8888888. However many eights that was.
I have 89888.
That matches my handwriting.
Perfect. It's a bright car. I haven't seen any.
Yeah, nothing on my end.
All right. For the sake of brevity, can we get to 1 o'clock unless you have anything?
Yeah, I've got nothing left.
You guys want to stay here for the remainder?
Yeah. I feel like this is the perfect time to slam a beer. How am I feeling after this 40 of Budweiser?
Smooth. Sedated.
Drivable?
It's weird. It numbs a part of you that's kind of aching, and you didn't notice it was aching until it's numb. You can drive.
I'm good to go.
All right. I finished the rest of my drink.
An hour and 45 minutes have gone by as you guys are sitting out here. We'd actually say maybe an hour and 30 minutes, 15 minutes to the laundromat, putting you in line for the drop.
Can we say we actually pull up 5 minutes early? I want to see who's coming up.
Ooh, I like that.
I want to arrive like 10, 15 minutes early just to see who's arriving.
All right, 10, 15, or 5?
15.
Okay, making your way up. Pulling up into the laundromat. The parking lot outside is empty. It is currently 12:45.
Let me get a smoke.
How many do I have left?
8.
I'll pick up another pack.
Why did you know that so quick?
Nah, don't worry
That's my
about
job.
it. Handler discretion.
I'm scared of Joe.
Light up another cigarette as you wait. 5 minutes go by with no movement. 10 minutes go by with no movement. It's 1 o'clock.
You don't think they're late, right? It's 1 o'clock.
No.
I'm just putting out the American spirit. And there's still a little bit left.
There was a half left.
No, they're not late.
Fuck.
They wanted us here before we saw who dropped it off. I'm going to go in.
Make your way in. You can see
Open the door abruptly and leave kind of urgently.
stepping out very quickly, stepping into a line of dryers and washers and the payphone.
Now the drop should have been...
You want to check out back? I don't think they said anything. There's always a back of the house of a laundromat, right?
Can I search the area for anything that might look like a green box? Anything like a closet? Anything?
Start just making your way through. You see a couple doors. I'm not going to have you roll for it. It's easy enough to just kind of take a look around. Walking down the lines of washers and dryers, you see a washer that is occupied with a black garbage bag. Probably the third one up from the left of the payphone.
How much time is left on that washer?
None.
Fuck.
It's not on.
All right. Go up to it. Open it up.
Open it up. Black trash bag.
Pull it out.
Pull it out. Seems to have some weight to it.
All right.
Let's take it to the car.
Follow his instruction.
Back to the car. Driver is
Yeah, I've been driving every time.
Gonzo again. Okay.
Except for the first time.
I was drunk.
Back in the passenger seat.
Open up the bag.
Open up the bag to reveal a strip of interconnected, perforated, pull-apart, prepackaged syringes. 6 in total. The actual metal part of the syringe, they seem to be about like 2 to 3 inches in length. They vary. There's a couple different sizes that are here, but there's 6 in total. Some of them seem to have a longer tip. Some of them seem to have a shorter tip. I would say it's about half and half.
Okay.
Additionally, you see what looks like a metal cylinder, recognizable as a suppressor.
Mm.
And finally, towards the bottom of the bag, there is a Ziploc bag full of funny-looking crystals.
Yeah.
It's not in tinfoil. I expected it in tinfoil, honestly.
Get a lot of tinfoil.
A large Ziploc bag.
Does meth have skin toxicity? No, right?
You don't know that. They don't know that. You keep your voice down.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I promise you I had this thought before he even said anything.
I believe you.
Give me the gloves.
Yeah, hand him a. I think we pick up a pack of nitrile gloves, so I just hand him the whole box.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out 2. Pull them out. No fingerprints on this stuff.
Absolutely.
Needles, suppressor, nothing.
I grabbed 2 myself.
I hand him the suppressor.
Throw the gloves on before I actually take it in my hand.
'Kay.
And throw it on there.
Screwing it onto the end of your 1911.
I also check. I still have 3 mags.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. We got some time before nightfall. I think we need to try and cook some of this stuff so we get a timeline.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be weird if we had a whole bag of meth, to be honest with you, myself. Can we make it look any more sus?
We can go and pick up some smaller bags if you want. I don't really think that's the bigger thing. I want to get an idea of, even if it's a small amount, cook a little bit up. I mean, making the thing look used more than once before is only going to help us at this point.
Yeah, and we can probably waste one of these syringes at this point. We're not going to need all 6. We'll keep some dirty needles around, throw it where it needs to go, and do it from there.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Let's get the nightfall and look around the property for a key. All right. Drive somewhere private. Somewhere private. Somewhere no one's going to bother us.
I head into like the absolute hood. I ain't even gonna lie.
A more rundown area.
All right, fair.
Warehouse district.
Warehouse district. Sorry.
Easy enough to find a lesser traveled area of your surroundings.
Take me to the nearest gangbanging neighborhood.
I would like to go to the hood, please.
We're in Chicago, okay?
Where did
There's
the
definitely
gangbang-
like a
You're on
west-
the outskirts of
and the
Chicago.
gangsters hang out.
You're not going to fucking O-Block. Make your way to a lesser traversed area that's around you.
A road less traveled.
A road less traveled. This fucking dude, this whole setup right now is just fucking bananas. If you really take some time and think about it, this whole thing is fucking crazy.
Here trying not to lose it.
Yeah,
We talked about it.
you find a
We ruminated.
We've ruminated.
We went through the available options, and
I have zero objections. I'm just.
let's be honest.
You have to appreciate.
It's way easier to cook meth than it is to discredit a cult leader.
I'm just keeping it real.
I
hate to go back to it. I hate to go back to it.
I'm just a shy guy keeping it real.
I'm just a cool, chill guy keeping it real. I'm sorry.
Boys, I got my hands in my pockets.
As we're pulling out, I have my hands in my pockets. Let that be known.
Hitting up a
We're just gonna cook a little bit of meth. It's not.
Let me just get a little half.
It's not even a lot. It's gonna be a little bit, and we're gonna know what we're doing. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, and I knew it was gonna be fine because you were there.
making your way to a lesser traveled area. Not a lot of foot traffic, not a lot of car traffic, behind a couple of warehouses, maybe even in the trees a little bit. What are you guys doing?
Gloves on.
So, I guess we just eat it like it was anything else.
Give me the pen.
How much pan do we have so we don't burn my fingers on this thing?
A decent amount. I would let's define the pan. I would say that the pan itself is probably 3 by 4 inches longer than it is wide.
All right. Do me a favor.
Well, I guess there's really no fucking orientation for it.
Just
It
give me.
doesn't
Has it got a handle?
No.
It's got beveled edges.
Okay.
All right. Just hold on. I have the gloves on. Grabbing the bag. I'm gonna hand you the bag.
Drop it at medium. No.
Take the bag. Take the bag.
Take the bag.
All right. I have the pan on a corner. It's rectangular, correct?
Yes.
Or is it circular?
It's rectangular.
rectangular. All right. Pour a little bit. Little bit.
I actually just reach in and grab some with I take a pinch and put it on there.
Yeah, so, and you can see it now, just taking a look at it. It's like this milky white, kind of almost shiny as it catches the sunlight above. A small pinch. They're broken up. Makes a tapping sound as it hits the pan.
All right. I'm kind of angling the pan to a very distinct corner away from my hand.
Mm-hmm. All the different shards kind of slide down.
All right. Do me a favor. Grab one of the bigger needles
All right.
with the longer.
Yeah. Never
Alright.
done this before, man.
I haven't either. I don't know what I'm doing. What are the measurements on the?
Goes from 0 to like 500.
I got like half a gram.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna heat it. I assume once it's liquid, you'll be able to extract it. I just want to see how much we get from that little pinch, and I think that'll probably give us a better idea how much we need to put in here if we're gonna do this. I don't know why I'm miming this.
It's so funny. It's funny.
I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why my arm is
Perfect. Because we're into it. We're into it. We're cooking meth. Never drop out of that. Ever. Stay there.
My arm was literally hurting. I was like, why the fuck am I? No one's watching.
Always stay in
Mind
that zone.
you-
If we can stay in that zone for forever, I would be the happiest monkey on the
right.
jungle.
Mind you, I just took a volume and turned it into a
Yeah.
mass.
That's fine. So you gave me a little bit of a pinch. I have that in the corner. I can't do this without miming it. So, open it up.
Yeah.
Open it up.
It's like a fucking turkey baster. All right, just start cooking it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Open the window. Crack it. I don't want to breathe this shit in.
All right, fine. And I also turn on the AC as high as possible.
Cold air starts blowing.
All right. You ready?
Born ready. What the fuck? Come on, just start cooking it. Give me the damn lighter.
Stop. I got it.
The lighter ignites, begins heating the pan, in turn radiating into the methamphetamine and heating that as well. A minute, then 2, then 3, before edges of it begin to melt and pool in the lowest held corner. Another one past that, and most of it seems to have melted, but there's still portions of it that are still solidified. Another minute past that, 5 minutes have elapsed before it looks like the entirety of the contents have been heated and melted to a liquid state. What do you guys do?
Fuck, man, this is gonna take a while.
All right. No. It's good. It's all liquid. Go ahead.
Here.
Go ahead.
Pulling the plunger up on the syringe, it fills up to the top.
Whoa.
4.5 milliliters.
How much did I put in there? Well, I guess 4.5 milliliters, but like, how much weight was that? Because all my LD is based on grams.
What's a pinch? I mean, that might have been.
We're gonna need a scale.
Can I look up the same conversion you just looked up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the density of
I wasn't
meth?
looking up conversions.
What's the density of meth?
I was looking up scales for syringes.
So it's liquid to grams.
It's math. Yeah, it's a volume to density.
Do either of you have science mathematics?
No, but I have a phone.
So what are you looking up?
I'm looking up a conversion of liquid milliliters to weight in milligrams.
You Google search that?
Yeah.
It depends on the density of the liquid at hand.
I have science meteorology. Helps me
Clear skies, asshole.
Yeah, I take my finger out, give it a lick, and go, what's the weather like out there today?
You come away with the understanding that you would most likely need a scale of some sort. But, at the very least, this exercise has established how long it would take to cook meth of this proportion.
We need a scale.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Ditch that needle. Let's go to.
Don't let it go to waste. Here, give it to me.
Yeah, I find the nearest junkie. I just grab the needle and just, like, kind of squirt it out the window and then just yuck it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I keep the needle. I don't yuck it out the window. I try and put the cap back on for the needle.
Yeah.
And then throw it back in whatever packaging that they left me the first time.
Okay. Yeah. You can actually put it in, like, the pre-packaged packaging and, like, kind of, like, press and try to crimp the edges to keep it a little contained. Yeah.
All right. We need a scale. Where could we get a scale that would not be sketchy?
I mean, the kids are smoking weed these days. We can get it out of the goddamn gas station.
No.
As much as I don't want to go back to the same one, I doubt homie would say anything after we just picked up a beer at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You guys did pass a Tar Mart on the way here.
Do Tar Mart sell
They do.
scales?
Home cooking scales for
Yeah.
baking purposes.
Back to the Tar Mart.
Back to the Tar Mart.
for the sake of saving everyone here, probably 20 minutes.
We're having fun.
I'm having a blast. This is some of the most fun I've had playing TTRPG in a long time. You guys buy a scale. Use the scale. Go back to your safe spot. Weigh the meth. Figure out exactly how much meth is 200 milligrams. And you guys both have a fair understanding of how much meth is 200 milligrams.
How far off was he?
Not far off at all.
I was going to say.
It was a little bit less.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a little bit less.
Wow. Okay.
The problem is.
We might need 2 syringes.
No. Fast forward.
Now back in the parking lot.
Now back in the parking lot.
We might need 2 syringes.
Well, Gonzo, now that we have an understanding of what 200 milligrams of meth is, you weren't far off with your initial pinch. However, I think it would be advantageous if we filled 2 syringes worth of meth, because I do think that 400 milligrams would be a safer bet if we're attempting to kill this man.
People ask me. They say, they come up to me in the street and they rip me out of my coffee shop and they go, Joe, why do you play TTRPG? I say, well, it's hard to say, but in some situations you're sitting at the table and you just know. You know. This is why I play TTRPG.
Okay. I have been sitting here based on the available information on the internet, and I have derived that the density of methamphetamine is about 8.2 compared to water's 1.
Oh, 0.82? Okay, so it's 820
8.2
grams per...
8.2.
Stop talking.
It's more dense.
It is 8.2 times more dense than water.
Melting a solid is more often than not more dense than water.
So that would mean, on average, if you melt 8.2 grams of methamphetamine, you will get 1
Think of like gallium in water.
Yeah.
How it sinks to the bottom.
So that is to say that because water is 1-to-1 for milliliters to milligrams, instead of 200 milliliters of water, you would need 200 divided by 8.2.
No, 200 times 8.2, because it's more dense. The substance is more dense.
If it's more dense, you need
it's more
less.
dense, it'll deliver more volume, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you would need
So
less
if that
of the
filled the syringe, we were probably there.
The syringe was
500 milliliters.
50.
50. Fuck. That's small.
So it'd be 50 times 8.2, which...
No, it was 5 milliliters.
No.
Which, yeah, it was.
It was.
5 times 8.2, which would make sense. That makes sense.
Yes.
I am okay with these.
We need to figure
No, it was
this
50. It was 50. It was 50.
It was a 50 milliliter syringe.
Yeah, it was 50, so you guys need half of that to get to your point. Regardless, I don't care about real life. I don't give a fuck about real life. Don't talk to me about the density of meth.
needed the
I don't want to
scale
hear
to
that.
figure
I
it.
don't want to hear that shit ever again. I will send you through the fucking window. You hear me? Here's the case. Here's the situation. This is what is at hand. You guys need... fuck it. I don't even give a fuck. You need a full syringe full of meth, whatever syringe you have available to you, to kill this guy. I don't care. That's what it is.
And we cooked enough with a pinch.
200 milligrams of meth fills a full syringe that you have at your hand.
Okay.
This is my world.
And
you're living in it.
And 200 is not a guarantee, so 2 syringes seems fair. So whatever you pinched into my pan, I'm going to need 2 of, and we're going to do 2 syringes full. Is that fair? Are we all in agreement?
I could tank it.
That sounds sick, cool, and also good. Let's do it.
I'm just keeping it real.
I'm just I'm a chill guy, keeping it real.
So can we-
I'm a chill guy.
Can we do this again just so I can see how long it takes to cool?
100%. Give me the pen. That was DJ talking.
No, I'm being serious. So, how long does it take to cool?
Please have the pan? Johnny, give me the pen.
Yeah, here. All right. And I take the same syringe out.
So we know the density of meth.
So we do the same science experiment again. How long does it take to cool typically?
Oh no, we don't need it to cool.
Well, yeah, but we want to make sure that we can heat enough. I mean, in terms of how quickly we can administer this, we should probably figure that out before.
It took about 3.5 minutes if I was gauging Joe's.
Yeah. No, well,
timeline
it was
correctly.
about 5 to fully heat up to that point. I would say, based on any future experimentations that you guys do with meth, it takes 10 minutes to fully cool to a
All right.
solidified form.
Do me a favor. Whatever your pinch was,
Double it.
I'd
Give
say
it to the next person.
Double it.
Grab a pinch, give it to the next guy. Comes in.
I'd say triple it. We cook it.
Fuck it, I'll just grab a handful.
We extract the liquid as quickly as possible. If there is remnants in the bottom, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, agreed.
For the sake of brevity.
Meth is heated. 2 syringes are filled, or just one?
Just one, just to see how long it takes to cool.
We established it takes
Okay.
10 minutes to cool.
Yeah. Then meth is just sitting in the pan, I would imagine. What time is it?
Oh gosh, at this point, guys, we're looking at like almost 2 o'clock.
Can we heat it in the fucking syringe? Like, what are we doing pulling another syringe out?
Well, I need 2. We got 3 left.
All right, squirt out the window. Let me put it back in the damn thing.
Get the fuck.
And I scored the last one you made out the window.
But now we have established how much meth it takes to fully fill 2 syringes.
Yeah.
Stake out the nightfall.
Yeah.
We fucking got this. We got this.
Excited about meth right now.
Staking out to nightfall, you guys make your way back to Charles Winston's home. Where are you guys parking?
Same
How far away
spot.
are you guys heading?
I could do another beer.
No. We need to be sharp. You do what you need to do. I need to be sharp.
Yeah, I need another beer. I'm heading back to the.
One quick stop at the corner store to pick up another 40. Back in the car. Now, again, I want to establish where are you guys staking out.
Same spot. I'm still looking for the red Honda at
So
like Main
without
Street.
his house in view.
Yeah, without the house in view.
Okay.
Just like the biggest main drag. Yeah, the closest main drag.
You guys are beginning your next stakeout, but we're gonna jump back to Maine. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hi.
Sorry, it was the meth power hour.
I love meth.
Excellent.
I'm bringing meth for a snack next week. We're gonna try this shit out.
So you guys are still on your train ride. Probably 2 hours left in, the duration of the ride. Is there any other conversations that you guys have on this train ride? With the wallet, we talked a little bit about it, but what exactly are you guys doing?
Yeah, at some point I would look at Vinny and say, "Sorry, Agent Garfield. Listen, that stuff with Harry in the backyard with the tattoos. If anyone asks you about it, I think the program knows. I don't really know
About his tattoos?
about how I found the tattoos. What we talked about back there. I mean,
I don't think they're gonna. How would they know that?
I don't know. If it ever comes up, I'm pretty sure the program knows. I don't really know though. It seems like they have a way of knowing
But,
things. I'm just saying for the future. I want to keep all of our ends tied up here. I want to
Yeah.
make sure we're all on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to keep you safe. I'm trying to keep me
Yeah.
safe. So that's all I got. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to get out of this shit alive as long as we can.
I think you're thinking too much about it, man. I know he was telling a lot of stories about what's going on with them and whatnot, but they let themselves go crazy. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. So don't stew on this shit and don't make yourself go crazy.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, and I know you just like to cover all your bases. But I think there's less bases than you're worried about. And the story's really simple. You know, we were out there doing the thing. We were outside, heard a commotion, and we came in, and he was stabbed. You know, it was his fault. He just finished it. He buried him. We didn't really deal with it too much. We were focused on our mission. That's what our job was. If anything, they were kind of slowing us down.
Yeah. I
We're
don't know.
professionals.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we are now.
And just stick to that. They can't see through your eyes. They're not that good. I swear, we wouldn't be here if they were. Just remember that.
Yeah, you're not lying. We are. I don't know. I just can't shake it. It's just.
I know it's gonna take a minute. This shit's weird. I'm
hate
used to
this
working
shit.
for fishy people, so this is, I'm
Yeah.
more in it, but I understand. This is a different walk of life for you. But take my advice.
Yeah, I've been trying to, but you know how it is.
Yeah. Look, you're gonna see your family soon. And it's all gonna be alright. We're done.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, I'm sorry I keep bringing it up. It's just.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're allowed. This shit's tough. And it's better to bring it up. But just remember that, we're doing what I think is good stuff out here. And, we're getting through it.
Yeah, I don't think we'll end up like them. I think both of us. I mean, the other guys we've been working with. I think we're not going to end up like Harry. Hopefully.
I haven't done anything I can't live with on these missions. And, we had to do some shit that on paper looks tough, but we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
And that's the nature of what we're doing.
You think they're going to tell us to do something that we can't do?
I don't know. If you told me what we had to do on the first mission, I would have told you, hell no, I'm not doing that. I can't ever do that. But, when something's right in front of you and you really see what's going on, push comes to shove.
Yeah.
And someone's got to do it.
I just don't want to get in the spot where we're sitting over a table in a double-wide trailer drinking, and one of us ends up dead. You know what I mean? I don't want to end up like those guys. I hope.
They do it to themselves. You got to take care of yourself in this walk. Anybody, you do anything, you go be a doctor, you go home, you drink every night, you're gonna end up fucked up. No matter what you do.
Yeah. We have a choice. We have a choice to do it or not do it. If there's anything you don't want to do, I won't hold it against you.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll all feel the same way. I think we're a good group.
Look, I'll do anything to keep us alive at the end of the day once we're in the shit. But,
I don't know.
At this point, these people know our names, and it's too late to think about stuff like that. Because, I don't think this is the type of work you can leave and they just let you leave.
I don't know if I'm willing to lose me to stay alive. I don't know. What use is being alive?
I hear what you're saying,
shit
but
like Harry was saying, they were killing people down at Atlanta. Like,
seeing what you've seen, is there any part of you that thinks you could go back to normal life and be okay?
No, I don't. Yeah, you know what?
Because
No.
now that you know what you know, we gotta be here.
Yeah, I guess this is us now. I guess it's all we do.
It's not all we do, but it's important. And first comes your family. I don't know what has been happening after the operations for you, but you can ask them for money.
What, the program?
Yeah. Because last time I got paid, I asked them if you guys were getting paid. They literally said you didn't ask.
Who did you ask? Just at the end of the mission?
Yeah, I just asked. I went aside and I was like, look, I need money for my family. I can't be out here doing all this and for free.
That would answer some questions back home. That would make sense if I came back with some money.
You know, they understand that a lot of us are the breadwinners.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But they're not going to go handing out money that they don't get asked for, you know.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can make... I don't think I can make contact until they do.
You can make this type of life work. You can make it work for you. Or you can work for it. And that's where you find your sanity.
Yeah, I've been thinking of it all different.
The train continues down its track. Train car bumps a little as you guys continue your way back down to Portland International Jetport. Both of you guys take a program point, whatever. I don't even care. You guys got me feeling all warm and bubbly, and now I feel bad for not giving DJ and Jody a point when they were fucking drinking their beers on the side. You guys take a point for that too. Take
come on.
Everybody gets a point.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I thought we all killed it with the RP this episode.
Yeah, it's been good. I love tabletop.
I'm capped out on program points, so I haven't had a roll in 3 episodes, so keep that in mind.
Is there a cap?
3.
Oh, is there? Damn, I didn't know that. I never got up that high.
But as you guys continue down the train tracks, eventually Portland International Jetport does come into view. It's a little bit of a walk to get back in there, but for the sake of brevity, as the train enters the station, I want to ask, what do you guys do? What does the disembarkment process look like, and are you guys immediately going back into the airport?
Yeah, I don't see no reason.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
just
I don't
going
think
to the
we-
airport.
You got that wallet?
Yeah, I still got it.
You want me to take care of that?
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nah.
I take the subway card out of it, though.
Take the subway card out
I'll
of
leave
it?
the cash in it, unless I already gave it. I can't.
Said
I already gave
got
them money.
I got a couple of fellas jonesing for a military ID back home.
You're lying.
So the wallet, sans the subway card, is now in your possession.
Yeah, there's no reason it should be suspicious. I'll just get on me. I'll dispose of it when I get home.
So, getting off the train, going to the airport. Anything that you guys want to do before you guys buy your tickets for your return flight?
No.
Yes.
What do you do?
It's simple. I just want to walk by that conference room.
Yep.
That we originally briefed in.
Yeah.
Were there windows in there?
There were no windows in, but there was a sign on the door that read like private meeting, and it designated a certain time. But that sign is no longer there. It's just a plain oak door.
If I just pop the door open and peek my head inside.
You see a bunch of people kind of scattered about, working independently on different laptops, and people
I did right back out.
Yo.
I kind of like rush walk over to the counter to buy a ticket.
No. No odd looks or glances that go in your way or any kind of anything like
I don't
that.
say a word. I just peek in, dip out.
Buying a return flight to Rain.
Yeah.
Buying a return flight to Hackensack.
Mm.
I suppose it's Newark International.
Yeah.
And I suppose for you it's New Orleans?
I think it is New Orleans. Yeah, I think that's what we've been doing.
You guys purchase your tickets, get on your flights, and make your way home. Anything that you guys share with each other as you guys are waiting for your flights back?
Yeah, before the flights depart.
Yep.
There's a bar in between both of our terminals.
Yes,
that
there
we
is.
meet at.
Chili's.
Yeah. Oh, Chili's?
The Chili's.
Dude, an
Not the
airport Chili's would go
Chili's,
so
come
fucking
on.
hard.
Baby back rib.
Yeah, we're crushing down baby back ribs.
Yeah, baby back
Drinks
ribs.
with chilies. I'm getting all fucking disgusted.
Oh yeah.
They're sticky before
Time
the
for the
flight,
flight.
bro.
That's
Yo,
evil,
imagine-
yo. That is fucking evil.
Imagine getting on the plane and the motherfucker next to you is like bodied after just covered in sauce.
What airline have we been on? Is it budget?
No.
Well,
We've already established that. They're not flying you Delta. They're flying you American Airlines.
Okay.
That's been established.
Okay.
But I do want to ask, kind of, you guys reconvene, make your way into Chili's. Conversations at the bar food, whatever you guys want to do. It's up to you.
Yeah, we just munch and chill. Like,
Yeah. And your guys' flights take off at different times. Garfield, your flight actually leaves 45 minutes before Gauz's does.
all right, buddy. I gotta get to my gate. I'm out of here.
All right. Safe travels.
Keep it easy and,
Yeah.
Call me if you need to.
I don't. Okay. Yeah. I do have your number. All right. I have the WhatsApp, I guess. What you shouldn't use. But
Yeah,
Whatever.
look, we said we're not gonna end up crazy like them, so we gotta do stuff different.
If you get in contact with any of those guys, they'll let them know. Keep it general in there, I guess. Keep it.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
have to check in with them. Hopefully they're doing all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck. Hope I'll see you.
See you around.
So we're actually going to continue for a little bit with Garfield. You get on your plane, find your seat, sit down, and takeoff occurs. You begin your flight back to Hackensack, Newark, I should say.
The plane's blowing up. I'm dead. No. Oh my god.
The flight is not particularly long, and you eventually do touch down in Newark International.
Oh, thank god.
Make your way off your plane, collecting any luggage that you have. But I do want to ask, what do you do now that you're off your plane?
I don't think I brought any luggage. Go to Expedia, do my little thing.
Mhm.
Hey, Miss Baby, how you doing? What you got for me today, sugar?
Get yourself a car.
Yeah, they only had fucking, I don't know, what do they have?
Toyota Corolla.
That's all right. We'll take it. I'm going home and getting food for the cats.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go visit the cats.
All right. Are you going home first or getting food for the cats and then stopping home?
I'm
or...
going to the fucking the pet dump.
Gotcha.
Getting food for the cats.
the pet dome.
Yeah.
Pet stupid.
Yeah, the pet stupid.
Yeah. going to Pet Stupid, picking up a little bit of like wet food for the cats.
I don't know why that took me a second. I was like, the pet dumb. What is that?
Pet Corporation.
Picking up a couple of cans of wet food, easy enough.
It's just like a little city alleyway with like a dumpster, and like at first you don't really see anything, but as soon as I like open the can, one of the cats like pops its head out of the dumpster.
Jingles.
Yeah. And they both like come out
Mhm.
and start eating the food and stuff, and then he's
Yeah.
just telling them how good they are and how they're gonna live in a big house. Everything's gonna be all right.
Whispering sweet nothings to alley cats.
And he actually takes him back to the house.
Picks them up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Picks them up and heads back to the house. You head back to your mother's home. Front door locked, unlocked?
What time is it?
By the time that you land, it's probably around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It should be unlocked. I walk in.
Unlock. Walk in. You see 2 men sitting at your kitchen table speaking with your mother. There's another sitting on the living room couch. One man at the kitchen table looks over to you and stands up. Vincent Valor?
Who's asking?
Detective Park. You're under arrest for grand theft, felony count. There's officers outside. Do not try to resist. And that's where we're going to pick up next session.
Let free Penny Toes backwards.
Oh, fuck!
We're breaking Vinny out of jail, man.
Thank you for listening to this installment of 12 Gauge, a Nasty Table production.